welcome to Thursday's Random Readings. Today's Thursday, December 10th, and I am Marilyn, and thank you for joining me. Hello, everyone. Hello, beauties. Hello, Maisie. Give me a moment, okay? Lay down. Go lay down. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Laura. I'm gonna go and light my spirit candle super quick because I forgot to do that prior to. So sit tight. Oh, this one's not gonna work, is it? Where's my other lighter? There you are. There we go. There we go. What other cards do I want to bring out for you guys today? I think. I think I know. I think I also want to play with a little bit of fire today. So we're also going to be playing with the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. Hello, Miss Maddie Riggs, Tammy Gibson, Miss Laura, Evergrove. Welcome, everyone. You'll notice during today's session that I might keep getting a little closer to the phone. That is because I'm still having little issues seeing. So I've got my handy dandy reading glasses. Ooh, they might actually work from right here. Look at that. So if you do have questions today, do me a favor and put those in the comments, not in that question box, which there already is one and I will get to it, but please put them in the comments. Hello, Corey. Hello, Jen. Hello, all of you beautiful, beautiful goddesses. We're going to be using my Tarot Illuminati today, which I love. You all know that. But we're also going to be playing with the Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. And I absolutely love this Oracle deck. And that's okay, Laura. I got you. And if you're ever looking for a little spark, a little pizzazz, a little fire in your readings, I do suggest that you go and pick this up. The artistry in it is absolutely spectacular, and they're really cool, and they're fun of awesome information and energy. The energy in them is really, really cool. All right, let me do a little shuffling really quick. Hoping everyone's day is going well. It's Thursday, one day closer to the weekend. Yay, yay, yay. I hope to sleep in this weekend. I don't know about you. That's what I hope I'm doing. All right. Okay, so we've got a couple requests. A card for the eclipse season, eclipse card from Maddie as well, and a whole bunch of amazing divine witches on here with us today. Okay, so in the beginning, there was me. Now, in the beginning, I want to, we're going to take a nice breath and connect, but Oracle of the Dragon Fae wants to come out and play first and wants to set the tone for messages, for base of today's fun. go ahead and just connect. Above, below, in between, igniting that third eye, crown, heart, throat, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, above, below, and in between. Allowing my guides to connect with your guides. Wrapped in protection and message. Love. And safety. You hear my dog playing in the background, and the other one's a snorter. So, okay. All right. So, to set the tone today, we have our beautiful, the Lady Grain, and she talks about opening our heart. All right, so this session today is all about connecting with love and light, allowing compassion and connection of heart to happen, that authenticity, that unconditional aspect of love and caring. And you know, it is the season for caring. Of course, that's every day, that should happen, but we are in the season of Yule, going into the new year. We're taking a lot of things in that have happened this past year, and also comes the message of forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and forgiveness of others as well. So this is a time for that too. So in that heart space of ours, we need to carry that energy of forgiveness and compassion, and not just for others, but for ourselves. We all know that we've screwed up a little bit this year too, and that's okay. You know what? Next year's a fucking do-over, so don't worry about it, right? All right, so the Lady Grain. I am of the earth and of the soul star's light. I am the opening of the flower, the love that lives in the flower of your heart. I love you and wish for you to draw this love energy into your being. I am power source that you cannot neglect, because even you feel you are being of winter, and that your heart has grown cold and hard in order to ease the pain. I tell you that you are now ready to reveal your own life source and warmth to another being. The love you have to share will be appreciated and returned. More so, this warm and loving heart energy will be its own reward as you awaken again to your feeling nature. Please open your heart in this moment. Allow yourself to love. See the beauty and warmth, and smile as often as you can. Bring forth your joy and see the opening of others' hearts. Wear yellow, red, and gold, all of the colors of my friend, the sun. And you will feel a great flow of energy awakening throughout your body and energetic being. Please see that the seeds you planted need warm earth in which to grow. Yes, they can survive when it is cold, but they cannot thrive. So be warm, extend your energy, and know that your truly radiant self will create great opportunity and abundance around you. Simply extend some heart energy, and I will support you and love you until you are the radiance of the sun incarnated in your own form. Love, be loved. Well, that's pretty damn amazing, isn't it? I got chills. I don't know about you. The divinatory meaning of this card is, this is a time when dreams and wishes are quickly and easily realized. Fertility is accentuated, and your attractiveness and personal beauty are appreciated and commented on. Throw wide open your heart and experience the joy of feeling beautiful emotions, warm friendships, loving relationships, displays of love, extravagant love, new projects and ideas. Self-love grows and attracts others to you when grain is with you. So I'm going to show you all this card again, and I want you to envision this beauty not just walking beside you, but I want you to envision yourself as she, yourself as love. Absolutely wonderful. And so it is, the Aquarian age begins, yes? Okay. So now I am going to go ahead and draw some tarot cards. Hello, Runa. And let's see, what question do I have in the box first? Okay, so we have tons of, we have at least 3 questions regarding the eclipse, new moon that's coming up. And as was reminded this morning by my beautiful Jen, she's all mine, is that we are in between these eclipses. So we need to remember that as well. So we have this new moon eclipse coming up soon. Let's see. All right. So this one is going to be for Laura first. And Laura. Okay, so during this time for you, you have the word remembrance coming into play. So this time for you might be a time, well, I mean, it is for quite a few people, but for you, it might be a time of year where you do a lot of, I don't want to say soul searching per se, but you do a lot of remembering times of young, times of being a child, remembering past good things, but also remembering past hurts as well. So this is a time of remembrance for you. I want you to remember also, as you're thinking of those things and as those things are filling your mind and your heart, to also hold space for forgiveness and healing to envelop those memories as well, joy as well. And sometimes those memories, that remembrance of yours helps to continuously feed your wondering mind and your sense of childishness. So allow that to continue to happen as well, okay? But any of those memories that you're looking back on and, looking back on like in regret or sadness or anything like that, I want you to make sure that you plop them in an embrace of forgiveness and healing, if you would, please. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, for you, my darling, you have the 10 of Wands in reverse here. Okay. So this is definitely a time for you to remember that we can only handle so much on our plate, right? The 10 of Wands comes into play, that Wands is that fire, and it's that time of creativity, that time of change and bringing things into manifestation, into fruition, right? It's that time of passion. When 10 of Wands comes into play, he reminds us, okay, all those things that you asked for? Well, now you have them. And sometimes, that saying, be careful what you wish for, there is so much validity in that, because the things that we wish for, we don't get right away sometimes. And then all of a sudden we have all of those things that we have wished for, and they've all come and they're all sitting on our plate. And now we're like, oh shit, what do I do with all of this? Now I feel overwhelmed. Well, when he comes to me in reverse, he is a reminder of just that. He is a reminder to, number one, be careful what you wish for. But number two, he's a reminder of the acknowledgement that you need to make sure your boundaries are in place, that you're not carrying too much of other people's responsibilities, things like that. Okay, so too many other people's things. They're not your things. Remember, they need to be responsible for their own things. All right, and even when it comes down to you, you need to be aware of the things that you are continuing to choose to carry instead of allowing yourself to let go. All right, so it's very important that during this new moon eclipse, not only do you set intention, but I believe that one of those intentions should be the acknowledgement of self-worth and the acknowledgement of your boundaries and the celebration of your boundaries, and the intention to continue to grow and respect healthy boundaries for yourself. This is really important, okay? In the past, those boundaries you may have let go or let people break through, but I want you to really allow yourself to plant that seed of self-worth and self-boundary and respecting those spaces. All right, remember, other people's things are just that. They're other people's things, they're not yours. So we don't necessarily have to toss them back in their face and be like, you're responsible for this. You know what, that's their lesson. They'll learn that in their own time. But you do have every right to say no. Okay? All right, my sweet darling, that's for you. All right, let's see. Thank you. I'm doing a little bit better, Moon Goddess Mama. Just a little bit better. I can see further, but now I have issues seeing up close. So, let's see. All right, got that one. All right, Painted Goddess. You are next. Okay, all right. Okay, so the, okay, and then Maddie, you're next after that, okay, baby? And then Tammy. All right, so, okay, for you, Jen, I got the word regression that came into play, all right? So, one of the things, thank you, Corey, I'm sorry. Okay, all right, perfect. One of the things that I would like you to remember during this eclipse time is, okay, all right. It is okay to take a step back occasionally, by the way, you know, kind of like a do-over, kind of like a retrograde in a way, you know, retrograde, regression, right? Don't look at regression. Hey, stop eating my massage table. Don't look at regression as with a negative context attached to it. Look at regression as maybe you taking just a step backward to get a different perception on the area that you're going to be moving forward into, if you understand that, okay? You're such a wordsmith, and you definitely have the ability to make words sound beautiful. And so now your homework is to, put a beautiful definition to the word regression, and allow that definition to encompass the fact that you are beautifully dancing, taking that step backward in a dance so you can perceive your future a little bit differently. It's not anything negative whatsoever, okay? All right. And look at that moon with the eclipse phases. During that time we take that pause. We allow ourselves to step back so we can view all of these wonderful, wonderful phases coming into play. So look at it that way, you're going to be embarking on a whole new phase coming in. So maybe take a step back and see that full picture in a different perspective. Okay. All right. So for you, for this eclipse, I got the Devil card for you. And this totally goes with that regression word. We allow certain chains to be connected to us and certain blockages to stay with us. And even sometimes without knowing what the hell they really are, we still subconsciously allow them to be there. So I want you to take a look, to really look at this Devil card and look at, what might be binding you, what might be blocking you, what you're allowing yourself to stop you, maybe thinking about that word regression, maybe even the thought of moving backwards might be a negative concept to you. Like, dude, I was already there. I thought I did that work. Now I have to move backwards. But I know you, and I know that every message that universe gives you, you take with beauty and you take in stride and you take with grace. So allow yourself to acknowledge this Devil card and say, you know what, maybe I am looking at this, or maybe I could look at this in a different manner. Maybe me taking this step back from something is exactly what I need right now. And it will allow me that time to, something else might be entering into that path that's going to open your eyes, or it's going to allow you that time to take a minute and let your sight adjust to a new perception of a different reality that you could be walking into. Okay? So kind of look at it that way. All right? Okay. I think Maddie is, Corey is next. Maddie, I'll be right with you, okay? Corey is next. Oh, okay, that one literally just popped out. So that's who wants to come and play. All right. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming into play. And the Eight of Pentacles for you coming into play, okay. All right. Okay, we'll get on good. I'm glad. Okay, we'll get on the message that was received. But the Eight of Pentacles coming into play, came into play in reverse for you, which tells me a couple things. Number one, you work hard, girl. You work hard at what you do. Your pentacles are your earth. They're your foundation. They're that root chakra. They're your stability, your safety, finances, home, family, health, all of those things, okay? You work hard at not only what you do, but you've worked hard for where you are at in life, to be at this space that you are at in this time. One of the things that I would love for you to do is maybe allow yourself to acknowledge that and celebrate it. And one of the ways that you can do that is this holiday season, I would love it if you would get yourself a wonderful gift and give it back to you for maintaining such a strong spirit throughout this life to have gotten you exactly where you're at right now. Okay? The word that came in for you is the word exception. And through life, we make, especially you with this, it was kind of your way of getting through and allowing you to hold some semblance of reality as foundation underneath you. And the word exception comes into play. And, through life, I feel as though you've let a lot of people off. Like you've let them off. Like they have done some shit, and you've given them, there's an exception to them. Well, you know what? This happened, so I understand why they may have done this and that, okay? It's really easy to do that because it allows us to move forward without acknowledging the fact that, oh, fuck, that really hurt me. Or, oh, shit, that really, broke one of my boundaries. And how, I didn't stand up for myself. So those things being taken in and not acknowledging them, so we could just say, oh, well, it's okay, blah, 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 it happened. I still have my strong foundation underneath me and I can still move forward. Buy yourself a goddamn gift and acknowledge the fact that just like, with last message, your boundaries they need to be there. And the only one that is going to respect your boundaries and respect and take care of your heart and your overall being and safety is you. And so it is really time for you to stop making exceptions for people. That's their shit. If they want to treat people like garbage, that's on them. It is not your responsibility to make an exception for them. It is your responsibility to say, you know what, I am better than that, and I deserve better than that, and I may not, get into a fight with you about this, but I definitely don't have to spend my valuable, amazing time around someone that does not respect my boundaries or respect my heart. So please take that into consideration and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Pretty please, go buy yourself something amazing because I know you got your eye on some things. So go do it. All right? Okay. That's yours. All right. Let's see. Next up, I have Miss Maddie. Miss Maddie. Well, this one just popped right out, so we are going to do this. And Miss Maddie. Miss Maddie. Okay. All right. So, love you. Oh, okay, good. Well, good. Go buy yourself something, girl. Spare no expense. Okay, so Miss Maddie, the word amazingness came up for you, okay? And this is going to be taken in a few different ways, all right? So amazingness can be, this untrue expectation in life that we may have, or depending on how we perceive things, amazingness could be the truth of what we live our entire life in. That amazing perception that even though it's gray outside, you know what? That just means I don't have to be afraid of my own shadow today. You know what I'm saying? So think about things like that. Even though it's gray outside, ooh, that gives me a good excuse to sit inside by the fire and drink some hot tea. That's amazing. It's all about that perception of things for you. So if you're feeling as though that perception for you has gone askew a little bit, I want you to sit with that. And we were actually just talking about this a little bit earlier, optimism and pessimism. So if you're feeling a little bit more pessimistic, on the pessimistic side right now versus the optimistic side that you're normally on, just sit with that for a minute. I promise it'll pass. This too shall pass. all right? The card that I got for you is the Five of Pentacles. Now, one of the reasons, if you are feeling that flame of amazingness has dwindled a little bit, could be because you're not feeling as connected a lot of times with Mother Earth and the womb, the family unit. Not feeling as connected with the family, not feeling as connected with the friends, not feeling as connected with that Mother Earth connection that you normally have. This could be depressing for you. It can cause some depression. First of all, not feeling connected in general. But secondly, not having that blood of earth running in your veins can cause sadness. It can cause disconnection. It can cause depression a little bit. So it can cause our perception to not be what it normally is. So during this eclipse, one of the things that I would absolutely love for you to do would be to allow yourself to get outside as much as you possibly can. And also remember, Spirit says, also remember there's a disconnection to certain people right now, because there needs to be a disconnection to certain people, because there's some aspects of self that need to be realized and need to be acknowledged right now. And connection with those other people sometimes doesn't allow you to put self in the forefront. It has those other people in the forefront, or they kind of cushion what you might need to acknowledge yourself. I hope you're understanding all of this. So it's the disconnection. I really believe that it's the disconnection of that foundation that you're having issues with, and it's changing your perception just a little bit. But I want you to remember that positivity and the perception of amazingness, and things can be amazing if we see them that way, still lives within you. And just take this eclipse and just sit for a minute. Sit under, if you can, outside, and try and watch it, and just allow yourself to really, really be part of those changing phases. Be part of that. Be that freaking eclipse. Allow yourself to be it. Allow yourself to feel all of that energy that the eclipse is putting out, and allow yourself to be in that moment. All right? I hope that rings true for you. All right, Miss Tammy, you're up next. Hello, Kristen. How are you? All right. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Maddie. Okay, good. I am, Kristen, and I'm happy that you're doing better. All right. Okay, Miss Tammy, for you, the word, that's a very odd word to come, but for you, the word harbinger came in, the bringer of, all right, the bearer of. Love you, Corey. Have an amazing day. So with that also came your Five of Swords came into play, okay? Now when Five of Swords comes into play, that swords is your air, it's that connection, that intellect, those ideas, but it's also communication. It's also connection to spirit realm as well, all right? So fives are also talking about friction. They talk about friction. And one of the things with the Five of Swords that I would love for you to remember, and I know that you can do this, and I think that this has also come up for you before, is to take the high road, all right? During this holiday season, family can bring friction, friends can bring friction, relationships can have friction. Okay, so I want you to take that into consideration. All right. During this friction, you have a choice. You can either be the bringer of peace and enlightenment, or you can be the bringer of more agitation and more hurt. So I want you to take the high road in this, okay? And also remember that sometimes the best enlightenment is to not say a goddamn word and just let them resolve this on their own, unless you're asked, all right? Whatever it is, always bring your authenticity to the plate. Always be that real you that shines as bright as the sun. Always be that, all right? You have the ability of seeing the positive aspect of things. Sometimes people don't want to hear that. Sometimes, when they're feeling a certain way, people just want somebody to listen, or they want somebody to side with them. If you feel as though authentically you're not vibing with them and you can't side with them, it's better to just sit and be with them and listen and let them know that you're there for them. Okay? You can be the bringer of peace. You can be the bringer of harmony. You can be the bringer of love. You can be the bringer of message, of enlightened message. Know that you can be that just as easily as you can be the bringer and the bearer of agitation and anger and bad sentiment as well. So I hope that you understand that, especially if you're spending time with your family during the holiday season, or in personal relationship as well. So choose your words wisely, and take that high road. Okay? All right. All right. For you, Miss Evergrove. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know where you're sitting astrologically right now. You're welcome, Tammy. I don't know where you're sitting astrologically right now. I don't know what house you're sitting in right now. You might want to check on that. But what is coming through for you is precipice. So you're coming to a place where there is this, yes, that is Duke snoring in the background. Yes. I know. So you're coming to a place where, you are at this space of, gosh, it's almost like you're at a cliff. Okay, yeah, 11. Well, then that makes sense. It's almost like you're at this cliff and you're looking over this cliff, all right? And you've attained these things from this seed, from this goal that you created a while ago, and you've worked your way up this hill, and now you're standing at this precipice. You're standing at the top of this cliff, and you are looking over now at all of the other dreams and goals and aspirations that you hold. All right? So right now is a time for you to start making plans for your first house coming up, your 12th first house coming up. Jen can put more into that, but not remembering offhand. But it is time for you to start making plans for your next planting of seed. So during this eclipse, during this new moon, would be an amazing time for you to plant that seed for this next piece of world domination that you want to start working towards. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you right there. And the card that came up for you today is the Queen of Cups. All right, One of the things that I want you to remember when you're making these plans, when you are planting this seed, number one, don't overwater it. You'll drown it. So even though there is emotion attached to this next goal, because everything that you do, if it doesn't bring you happiness, you allow it to go to the wayside, or you should, at least if you don't. But I feel that you do. Don't drown this next goal with elation, like the overwhelming feeling of elation when thinking of this next goal, the dreams that come with this next goal. Know that there is also a reality that comes with this next goal as well. Having dreams, aspirations, amazing. If you can see it, you can achieve it. I totally believe it. But also, we have to acknowledge the opposite side of that, and dreams are great, but reality is there too. So allow yourself to be somewhere in the middle. Don't get so taken away by the imaginary aspect of it that you don't look at the real aspect of it either, okay? When Queen of Cups comes to play in reverse, that's that compassion, that's that love, but also that's that intuition. That Queen of Cups is connected to water, and water is moon. And then we have this whole eclipse coming up, right? So right now, don't allow the imagination to run away with you, but have fun with it. Dance with it. Dance under the moonlight with those dreams, those goals, those aspirations. That imagination is fucking amazing. That's what makes magic. So make your magic, but bring to fruition the truth of that magic, the real aspect of that magic. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. And with her in reverse, it also talks about the dark side of the moon too, that shadow side of the moon as well. So truth may very well be coming with this eclipse that's coming into play. I want you to pay attention to it, okay? Take those blinders off, pay attention to the truth, but have fun with the dream aspect of achieving goal. Okay, awesome. Fabulous. All right, was there anybody else that I missed? I don't think that there was. Kristen, I'm going to draw you a card. Runa, did you want a card, babe? I think you did, but... Oh, wait. There you were. Okay, perfect. Oh, you have a bet on it? All right. Okay, so I'm going to draw the Viking a card. Okay? That Viking. That big teddy bear. Okay, you want to come out? Okay. Okay. I don't really know what that means, but we're going to say it anyway because that is what Spirit has taught me to do. I may not understand it, but you guys will understand it. So the words that come into play for the Viking is much of, all right? And sometimes there is too much of, and sometimes there is not enough of, okay? So there has to be the balance of much of somewhere in there, okay? Now the Hanged Man comes into play here. And I love the Hanged Man. And, perception and how we view things and how we decide to be, live, overcome, all of those things has been a big part of readings within this entire year. All right. And it's because, this pandemic has given us the opportunity of viewing things differently, of acting differently, being differently, living differently, doing differently, all of those wonderful things. We can only do that if we perceive, if we choose to perceive life in a different manner. All right. So that is what that Hanged Man comes in, and he reminds us that it is definitely time, if you haven't already been doing it, maybe the and again pessimistic and optimistic comes into play. Okay, so okay, it's definitely time to start looking at things differently. I mean, that's what the Hanged Man says. Definitely start looking outside of the normal, outside of the box, outside what people expect you to do. Fucking break that box right now. What people expect you to do no longer exists. You do you, and surprise people. Start surprising people with some of your decisions and outlooks and perceptions. Okay. Also, Spirit comes in to say there needs to be a balance between the pessimist and the optimist. All right. And people often look at optimists as dreamers, ones that don't live in a real world. Then, optimists look at pessimists as in Debbie Downers, oh my God, step into the light. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just talking about this. There are two sides to every coin, right? And my reality, my optimistic reality, is definitely not everyone's reality, because our reality isn't fucking real anyway. There's no such thing. It's all our own individual perception. That's what reality really is. It's ours. It's ours. It's not yours. It's not yours. Yours is different than mine. We have to take that into consideration, okay? We also have to remember that the pessimist is there to remind the optimist that reality in their mind and rules and boundaries and budget and all of those things really do exist. They exist. So even though the optimist is like, oh my gosh, I have these grandiose visions and this wonderful plan to, have this and have this and have this, but also travel the world and all of these things. Beautiful. See it, achieve it, believe it, do it, be it. Yes. Pessimist over here says, hey, I love this idea so very much, but in reality, because of the bank, we have to do other things as well to make that dream come true. When this happens, a lot of times the optimist is like, you know what, fuck you, pessimist. I have this dream and this is what's gonna fucking happen. Don't Debbie down my shit, right? So we have to realize it's not coming at us as, and I say us because I am a fucking optimist and my husband does this to me sometimes, but I say we have to realize this is not coming at us as abrasiveness. It's not coming at us as an attack. It's coming at us as, hey, guess what, optimist, I really want to live that dream with you as well. But please listen to me too and know that there has to be some planning that comes along with it. And there are some other things that we need to achieve prior to living this dream. So there has to be a not enough of, too much of, much of. All right? There has to be just enough somewhere in the middle where the pessimist and the optimist can come together and infuse, dream a dream together, but also set realistic goals and attain those things together without either one feeling threatened or put off. And this may not reside with you. You may not be receiving this at all, but that is a message that Spirit is putting out there. So that is what needed to be said about that. Runa, did you want a card too? I'm going to pull one for Kristen really quick first. And so if you want one, just put your thing in the comment section. Okay? All right, Miss Kristen. All right, Kristen. For you, first of all, and you'll know why, the word amber. Bye, Jen. Love you. The word amber comes into play. You know why it comes into play. But it also means other things as well, okay? And one of the things that we have to remember is amber is like this prehistoric aspect, right? It's that sap, and it has turned into this beautiful gem that we absolutely love. Okay, good. It's turned into this wonderful gem that we absolutely love. We can see through it. It provides us this beautiful golden honey light, and comes in many different colors, you know. But when we hold it, we feel warm and we feel connected to the earth. And when I talk about amber, what amber rings true within me is past. It talks about past, all right? And it talks about things that are very, very old. And with you, I believe this talks about ancestral cords, past life cords, things that are very old, that still reside within you, that are still being held on to and contained, and some not even yet realized, okay? Seen or acknowledged or felt yet, all right? So with this eclipse coming up for you, one of the things that would be, I believe, beneficial for you is planting seeds of intention for not only self-growth, but self-journey, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Self-realization, coming into one's own, if you understand that. Planting seeds so you can come into your own, so you can feel yourself fully vibrating within the skin that you're in, instead of trying to escape it all the time. If you understand that, the vibration of, oh, I'm over here, I'm not here. Why am I over here? I'm not here. I need to be here. Plant those seeds to allow yourself to be able to find that self-realization, to connect wholeheartedly, whole being, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, in self. Bring all of yous together into this skin that we sit in, okay? The card that I've drawn for you is the Four of Pentacles. And when the Four of Pentacles comes into play, this is an acknowledgement of the physical things that we have, number one, our physical surroundings. Bye, Evergrove. See you later. Our physical surroundings, all right? The physical people that we encircle ourselves with, okay? So when he comes into play, fours are about a foundation. So this is about you establishing a foundation of safety, of stability, of, it's not complete yet, but it's definitely a foundation that isn't cracking. It's a strong foundation. And pentacles also represent family and health, home, all of those aspects of you that make you, you, okay? And it is a bringing together of all parts of us into this one being, okay? So I want you to focus on that during this eclipse. Gather all of you and plant those seeds to bring you all together into one party within the skin that you're in, so you can realize the foundation that you stand on isn't as weak as you thought it was, and you can repair any cracks that might be showing themselves to you. Okay? All right. Okay. Miss Runa. We're going to do one for Miss Runa, and then we're going to call it. All right, Runa. This is gonna be, you're welcome, Kristen. This is gonna be, the words that come to play for you are, you're kind of you're in a space where you're like, a little pizzazzy-tude going on. But I love it, because the words that come into play for you are bring it. You are standing in this space right now. Yeah, and I guess we could look at it in a couple of ways. You're like, oh God, 2020, bring it. I am expecting the unexpected, so bring it, right? You're welcome, Kristen. I will see you later, baby. Or you could look at it as, you know what? 2020 has prepared me for anything that comes my way. So bring it. Let's get it done before the year's over. Let's handle business and get it taken care of. Okay? But those are the words that are coming for you. And either way is amazing, because you're either stating, you know what? I'm expecting fucking anything. I'm expecting anything, and I'm standing here and I'm ready. I'm bracing myself. Okay? So whatever comes, you're like, you know what? Here I am. I'm braced. I'm ready. Okay? What comes into card for you is the 8 of Cups for you. All right? So once again, that beautiful watery card for you. And 8s are another aspect of building foundation. They're just another part of this growth cycle that we all go in. You know, you have your 2s, you have your 4s, you have your 6, you have your 8s. Okay? And 8 is that time where sometimes, you know how sometimes when we look back at things and we have regrets for either holding on to those things for too long, or we have regrets for, well, maybe I should have tried a different way and done this instead. Things like that, you know, we're questioning ourselves, things like that. And it brings in this emotional wishy-washy, this emotional questioning within us, right? Well, the 8 of Cups talks about the realization. This is the part where we realize finally, you know, those decisions may not have been looked at by me or others at that time as the right decision to be made. And there was some anguish that I felt and some different emotions that I felt during that time. But I'm realizing now that I made that decision for the right reasons at that time, for the betterness and the best and highest good of all. I did this for the right reason. So, that being said, you can now look at that and say, you know what? I'm letting go any of that regret towards that decision I made, because at that time it was the right decision. Could I or would I maybe do things differently now? Maybe, but that's because you're in a different point in life right now. At that time, decisions needed to be made the way that they were made. And so any regret, any resentment, any sadness, anything like that that is still being held on to regarding those decisions or way of life or feelings or anything like that you may still have within you, now is that time where you are going to be acknowledging that was what needed to happen at that time. And you did the best that you could, and you're still doing the best that you can. And that's all that fucking matters. Don't beat yourself up anymore over that. All right? You did the best you could. You're still walking that path, and you're still doing the best you can, and you're still standing strong in that beautiful watery self of you. So celebrate that. All right? Okay. All right, so during this eclipse for you, I want you to allow that moon to wash over you and just allow every one of those phases to cleanse you, all right? And be that Zen queen. Yes, babe, be that Zen queen, okay? And remember, we started off with her, we're ending with her, the Lady Grain. That love, that love. You are loved. Be love. Love. The circle is open, but unbroken. Until we meet again, my darlings. Have a blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.